And it's unthinkable. It's happened again. A shooting at a college, Seattle Pacific University in Washington State. They are now they're grieving the loss of a student, and they are grappling with all the emotions. A gunman arrives on campus. 3 are shot. I mentioned it. 1 dead, a 19-year-old young man. 2 others shot, including a 20-year-old woman. And there are reports that this young woman, who's fighting for her life still, thought she was going to die, was asking to call an aunt, calling family members. All she gets is voicemail. Thoughts and prayers with her, as we believe she's still in critical condition. But through all this, a hero has emerged, and there he is. His name is John Meese. He's a volunteer in the security department there, just a volunteer. So he sees this unfolding. Instead of ducking and hiding, what does he do? Grabs pepper spray and tackles the gunman. Couple of tweets for you to read, as so many are so thankful for his heroic actions. This tweet from Molly Elizabeth: John Meese is a hero. I have no words for his courage. I will be forever grateful to him. One other tweet from Shane: John Meese, you are my hero. And then quotes a Bible verse: greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. With more on the hero among us, here's Kristen Drew from KOMO.
Student John Meese breathes a sigh of relief after coming face to face with the shooter on Seattle Pacific's campus.
I don't think it's that far outside of his character.
Meese, a senior electrical engineering student, is a volunteer at the security desk in Otto Miller Hall.
He saw the guy and got his pepper spray, sprayed him and tackled him.
Fellow classmate and friend Patrick McGuire says he's not surprised Meese put his own life in danger to save others.
I could have been one of these people that was injured or, in critical condition. A lot of us were in that building, and he stopped him in the lobby. He didn't get any farther than that. I'm grateful for him, yeah.
During the shooting, other students also risked their lives to protect fellow classmates.
We thought it was an experiment at first, but then we heard screaming.
Student Blake Oliveira found a pipe in his physics class and stood next to the door with another classmate, fearing the suspect might try to come inside.
And eventually the cops came in through another door from another classroom, since they're connected, and they escorted us out.
As students left, a crime scene was scattered across the first floor of the science building.
There were a lot of shotgun shells on the ground. I think some of them were expired, some of them were not fired yet. It looked like he was, planning to go the distance, and John stopped him.
John Meese was taken away from the scene on a stretcher, then brought to Harborview. His friends are just relieved he's okay and proud of his heroic actions.
He had a lot to live for, and he just acted quick. So, I owe him a beer. A lot more people would be not here if he hadn't done that.
Unassuming young man, again, hailed as a hero now. Everyone's so thankful for him. Joining me now, our colleague from CNN, Dan Simon, who's been taking all of this in. Dan, so much to get to here. Well, let's start with the suspect in custody as we speak, right?
He is in custody, Mike. At this point, we don't know, if he had any kind of connection to the university. Police have not been able to determine that, and at this point, it seems he had absolutely no connection to these victims. So that is, of course, a key part of the investigation, Mike.
Right. The first question, it's always a tough one to answer, at least this early on, but motive, reason why he would do this.
Police aren't saying at this point. There have been some published reports, Mike, that he had some sort of fascination with the Columbine killings. But at this point, that has not been confirmed. I've seen that in a few published reports, but CNN, HLN has not been able to independently confirm that.
Yeah, I saw some of the same reports, Dan, that he may have even visited the Colorado school. We'll see, and we'll try to confirm that for you. What about the victims? Any word on how they're doing? We know the one young woman was in critical condition. I believe the other person who was shot in satisfactory condition. Is that right?
Yeah, right now, in terms of their conditions, unchanged. But I think the big story here at the university is everybody is just sort of celebrating this young man who had the presence of mind to grab his pepper spray and essentially take down the suspect. From what we've seen, according to the Seattle Times, he's somebody who's described as quiet, an outdoorsy type, and somebody who is always prepared. And so he had that pepper spray with him. That was not he didn't necessarily have to have it, sitting behind that desk working as a volunteer security guard. He's just somebody one of these people who is always prepared in the event of some type of violent encounter, and everybody's just so thankful that he had the presence of mind to take him down.
Well, isn't that interesting? Like you said, preparation meets opportunity. And what do you have? A hero in the form of John Meese. Dan, thanks so much. Thanks for the update. Dan Simon doing a great job for us there at the scene of this tragedy and also heroic story as well.